Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel, it's Emperor here. In today's video, we're checking out the brand new operation map in Delta Force called Easter. It was added in Season 10 just a couple of weeks ago, and today we're gonna break it down, give it a full review, and go over a bunch of awesome tips and hidden details that every player should know. We're also gonna compare it to Zero Dam and see if this new map can actually replace it. Unlike some of the newer maps that only have normal and hard difficulty, this one also comes with an easy mode, which already makes it way more accessible. On top of that, it's packed with hidden secrets, Easter eggs, and multiple endings. So stick around till the end, and if you enjoy the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, let's jump right in. As most of you probably already know, this map takes place inside a nuclear power plant that's on the verge of melting down. Because of that setting, radiation is one of the core mechanics. Areas with high-value loot, like certain containers and special rooms, are heavily contaminated. If you spend too much time in those places, you'll start taking radiation damage. From my own testing, radiation gradually lowers your maximum health and applies negative effects until you cleanse yourself. Thankfully, there are special decontamination stations scattered around the map where you can remove the radiation. When the map first launched, radiation was honestly brutal. It got so much backlash from players that the developers ended up adding more cleansing stations and toned it down a bit. Now the radiation builds up much more gradually instead of hitting you instantly. Personally, I noticed that I'd randomly take damage every few seconds, recover a little, then get hurt again. It's definitely annoying, but it's nowhere near as punishing as it was on day one. How much radiation you get depends on what you're looting and where you're spending your time. For example, rooms with safes usually have much higher radiation levels. As soon as you enter one, the game warns you that the area is contaminated, and the longer you stay inside, the worse it gets. Anyway, that's enough about radiation. Let's move on. Now let's talk about the new boss, H1000. The developers teased this boss before Season 10 even launched, and there were plenty of screenshots floating around online. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the boss myself. I haven't played a crazy number of matches on this map yet because this video is more of a first impressions review rather than a deep dive guide. As you guys know, I like making detailed guides after I've spent a few seasons learning every little trick, so I didn't want to rush that. One weird thing is that the map doesn't show any marked spawn area for H1000 like other bosses. So honestly, I have no idea where it actually spawns or why its location isn't indicated. One of the coolest things about this map is that the ending of the match depends on what players actually do. The power plant is about to explode, and there are multiple objectives that players can complete to prevent the disaster. These objectives aren't exactly quick either. You'll be repairing pipelines, fixing damaged systems, and completing different maintenance tasks. If enough players finish these objectives, the nuclear meltdown gets stopped. I honestly think that's a really cool mechanic because the ending isn't scripted, it depends entirely on the players. That said, these objectives take a lot of work. It's not something one or two squads can pull off. From what I've seen on Reddit and other communities, pretty much every squad in the lobby has to work together if you want to save the facility. If the reactor is successfully saved, a hidden ending cutscene plays, congratulating everyone for preventing the disaster. And if I'm not mistaken, you also unlock a special badge. I think that's an awesome feature. Would I personally grind for it? Probably not. But if you've managed to unlock it, let me know in the comments. Next up, passkeys. Someone actually asked me about these in the comments a while back, and at the time I had no idea what they were because I hadn't played the map enough. Now I finally get it. Passkeys are basically special access cards hidden all over the map. They're similar to keycards from maps like Zero Dam, but with a much more interesting twist. Here's how they work. Let's say you find a purple passkey. That opens an epic loot room. Inside that epic room, you might find a gold, legendary, passkey. That key then unlocks a legendary vault room. Inside that room, you could discover a red, mythic, passkey, which finally gives you access to one of the best loot rooms on the map. So basically, one key can lead you to another, and another, until you eventually reach a mythic room. It's actually a really clever progression system. Unfortunately, I couldn't find one myself while recording this video, so instead I'll show some gameplay footage of how it works. The good news is that the drop rate seems pretty reasonable, so definitely keep an eye out for them. There's also a hidden Easter egg connected to the new Rainbow Six collaboration event. I really wanted to record this one myself, but no matter how hard I searched, I couldn't find what I needed. To trigger the Easter egg, you first have to find a special collectible drone. This drone only exists during the event and can be found inside the weapon crates scattered around operation maps. I searched through roughly 10 matches and still couldn't get one to spawn. Seriously, it just refused to drop. But I'm stubborn, so I'm definitely going back until I finally get it. Once you have the drone, you need to locate hidden codes around the map, enter them correctly, escort the injured doctor to extraction, and successfully extract. Doing all that rewards you with every Rainbow Six collectible figure. Honestly, it's a pretty cool event. Now here's something that's honestly insane. Chinese players recently discovered a hidden 36-digit code somewhere on the map. Yep, 36 digits. They're currently trying to solve it, and it's almost certainly tied to another hidden Easter egg. Personally, I don't think this is something the average player is realistically going to solve. Even if you played hundreds of matches this season, it'd still be incredibly difficult. Those Chinese communities are on another level when it comes to hunting secrets. They'll spend countless hours digging through every inch of a map until they crack it. So honestly, I'd rather let them do the detective work and enjoy the results afterward. Alright, let's wrap things up. The main question was whether this map could replace Zero Dam. One thing that's immediately obvious is the amount of loot. This map even has 2 exclusive mythic items themed around the nuclear reactor, and honestly, they look awesome. The map itself is much larger too, which naturally spreads players out and reduces random squad fights. A lot of people on Reddit actually like that because you don't constantly get third-partied by multiple squads. That being said, I know plenty of players, especially in our community, who play Operation mainly for PvP and non-stop gunfights. And that's totally fair. If we're talking purely about making money, though, this map is fantastic. The loot is everywhere. Even with an average run on normal difficulty, hitting 1 million in loot value is completely realistic if you know where to look. In that regard, I honestly think it's better than Zero Dam. But here's the thing, Zero Dam was the game's original map. No matter how many new maps get added, it'll probably always remain one of the most played maps in the game. A lot of players still trust it more than Easter. Personally, though, I think Easter is a great addition. It's fun, packed with loot, full of hidden mechanics, multiple endings, and tons of secrets to discover. I can definitely see more and more players switching over as they get familiar with it. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. Let me know what you think about the new map down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.